Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I've enjoyed going on the sentence diagramming journey with you all for the past two days to a week. I think you guys are doing a great job. Hang in there. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint, even though it feels like it. Hopefully over the next couple weeks, all of this will start clicking for you as we move into our editing projects and start to see some of this stuff in action when we're revising our sentences. So for today, I wanted to talk about the 3 activities that we have going on for this due date. Basically, there's 3 things. We're going to be reading chapter 4 in Köln, which is about verb forms and tenses and how we create meaning to time in the English language, which is really unique and special. Not all languages have verb forms that change to indicate time. So that's one of the things we'll be learning about today. And we'll be wrapping up with lesson 4. One of your classmates, Erica, has put together characters. So you'll see that on VoiceThread. And then we're going to do a discussion activity that will reinforce the skills that we are learning in lesson 4. So the first one, activity 1, Köln chapter 4, verb forms and tenses. So in this chapter, you're going to learn something called the verb-expansion rule. This, when I first learned it, it really blew my mind. I did not know that there was a set of rules in my head as a speaker of English who grew up speaking English that tells us innately what order to put everything in. This is the verb expansion rule formula. So it looks very mathematical, and it kind of is. I mean, we're talking about linguistics here in a sense. But it will become clear as you read the chapter what all of these different parts are. So as you read, I want you to do these things. Exercise 11, this is a pretty easy one. Exercise 12, A and B, where you're going to kind of deconstruct the formula in 2 different ways. Then I want you to copy out the verb expansion formula and write down what it means. Copy down and label the 8 verb forms on page 75, 76, and come up with your own example. This is just some application stuff. Write a definition for the auxiliary do and describe how to use it, which you will learn. And then try your best to answer questions 1 through 4 in the questions for discussion section on page 83, 84. They will get you thinking. And sometimes there's a right answer, sometimes not. I'm curious to see how you answer them. And then when you're finished, you're going to turn this into the assignment folder. Then you're going to watch and participate in our voice thread for today, which is lesson 4, characters from style. Now, if you're having trouble with VoiceThread accessing it here, it may mean that you have to still go through what they call the front door. So if this is not working for you yet, go up here to UA Tools and click on VoiceThread that way. This will automatically re-enroll you in our class. And then you should be able to, this is great. So Erica, thank you. I see people are already participating in your lesson, which is awesome. So back to this. Okay, so you're going to watch and participate. Remember to fill out that feedback form in which you can give your feedback to Erica. And then the last thing we're going to do is a discussion board post. And first I want you to read lesson 4 and kind of jot down your answers to 4.1 and 4.4. And then what you're going to do in part 2 is imagine that you're a technical editor and you've been given this actual recall letter from Toyota. Yes, I did find this. It was actually sent to customers. As you'll see, the actions which we learned about earlier this week are muddled and the characters are completely unclear. A lot of this has to do with nominalizations, which we've also been learning about. So your job is to edit the letter using the process that Williams describes on page 47 through 49. So that the actions and characters are clear. So try this process that he outlines. Underline the first 7 or 8 words. See if you can get to the character. Find the characters and put them in another color. Skim the passage and bold the actions, especially actions buried in nominalizations. And then italicize the nominalizations where you see them. Okay, so then you're going to take a look at your annotations, figure out what the writer is trying to say, and then reassemble them into sentences and verbs that are less lumpy, less flabby. Make your character subjects and your actions verbs. So this here is the letter. It's a short letter, but have fun reading it and trying to figure out what they're talking about. So when you're ready to post, go ahead and post your exercises, your annotated paragraph, and the rewrite that you did to the discussion board with a brief reflection about the activity. And just kind of basically reflect on your learning, and then you can compare your answers to your peers. So that's it for today. Enjoy your weekend, early weekend, and I'll see you guys back here for Sunday.